certainly been to lots of championship finals where it's going to come down to one race, and that's the case here. But we're really confident here. Manfeild will suit our car. 3 straights, 3 straight braking zones. It's going to help us against the more nimble cars, obviously the Audi. Fuel consumption is going to be our issue though, so with 3 straights it's going to gobble lots of fuel. So we've got to play with that as well. But really excited to be back at Manfeild. It's where I first ever raced when I was 13 years old. It's just a brilliant racetrack. You can see everything from everywhere. We've got a lot of members from our team from Southland who have never been to Manfeild, so I think that's cool in itself. So we're really looking forward to it. Inky's excited. He's really really proud to have the car and the team here and have it running at Manfeild, and he's had plenty of races here himself, so he knows what's going on.
For the first thing, this team is incredibly welcoming and very forgiving, as it turns out too. Working with John, that's no mystery to me. We've done that before, worked very, very well. He's got a very subtly assertive way about him, which helps, and he seems to put up with my ranting and raving really well, which is great.
Whatever you ask Simon to do, he does, and that's all that you want in a co-driver. Anything more is a bonus, but realistically we want a clean straight car that comes in on the lead lap near the front of the field, and he's ticked the box both times. So we're very, very happy with him, and he's a lot of fun to have around too.
You get nervous sitting there waiting for your turn?
Oh, definitely, yeah, I hate the waiting. Try and find things to do, check my watch about 20 times in an hour. Yeah, it's just how it is, isn't it? You want to be out there doing it yourself, but you can't do all 3 hours, so you need someone. And the thing is, in the last 2 rounds, Simon, probably my stress levels when he's in the car just keep going down more and more every time he's in the car. So yeah, that's a good sign.
A big thank you to Inky and Annette for pressing on and letting me have this opportunity. And look, what can I say, Inky and Annette, this team that you put together, it's very, very good and great to be a part of. I have done a few laps around here, once again in a very, very different car. Sledge, she's a whole new set of rules, and we're getting there,
It was a bit eventful, wasn't it? We started out with Simon in the car on wets, and it wasn't full wet, but it was still very slippery out there, and unfortunately he's just got caught out there on the throttle in the big 8-litre beast, and it spun him around. But very, very lucky for us where he spun at turn 4, and it just slid off into the grass. It didn't touch anything, but it just covered the car in dirt and just broke a little bit away of our floor. So we managed to recover the car. The boys cleaned it up, gave it a bit of a wipe down inside. It was even water inside dripping down on my helmet when I hopped in. So they recovered really, really well, cut the floor away, got it going. Went out on wets first, we were quickest on those. And then came in, waited for it to dry a little bit, went back out, and then we got pole on the track. But because we caused the red flag, we go back to 4th position. So yeah, eventful, but again it could have been a whole lot worse. We don't have any damage to go into the race, and yeah, we'll chuck on now. It's going to be dry and hot and dry. It's going to be a fast race, so yeah, very much looking forward to it. I'm so pleased that the series brought us back here, because it's just a brilliant motor racing circuit. It's absolutely a home track. I was here as a little youngster helping my dad out in his Anglia. I don't know what, I wasn't of much help. I used to hand him all the wrong spanners, I think, all the time, but that probably told me something. But no, yeah, absolutely been here as a kid, watched lots of racing, amazing events that have been here over the years, and then got my chance really early at 13 years old in my little Fiat 127. So that was exactly 50 seconds slower a lap than the Camaro. So I've come a long way. It's taken about 26 years. We obviously had it under control and we were dominating. We were a lap ahead of everyone, but we got hit really hard by Simon Evans in the pit lane, which I was pretty surprised by, with a 3-hour race. So we got hit really hard, and I didn't know if the rear had been loosened or not, but obviously it didn't. You know, once you start something like that, it just works its way free, and obviously the bumper came apart and we had to come in and fix it. And then in the end, the tail lights didn't work, so we had to make another stop, try and fix the tail lights, and that was our day done. You know, went from a lap up to 2 laps behind, and first place to 5th place, and first in the series to 3rd in the series. So it's one of those, that's motor racing moments, but pretty disappointed in his driving. Well, next will be the South Island series, so you know we're actually going home as a team, and the car is back to its base in Invercargill. So for us, it's a lot easier campaign for us to do in the South Island. Very excited about that. There's a huge amount of new cars coming into it, which is just amazing. So yeah, I mean, endurance racing is just keeps on growing off the back of the North Island. They've done a great job with this, and I imagine this will be bigger again next year. But for us in the future, South Island series, we got 2nd there last year, so we've got to try and go one better, and really looking forward to those South Island tracks.